The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday, man. We're up. We're at it. We're doing our thing. Gonna give people time to roll up in here, man. But it is definitely TGIF to everybody here. Yo, got some bad thunderstorms in the area. So if we get cut off, then, you know, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But hopefully we don't. Nasty thunderstorms out here today. But yo, we're gonna get through it. We grinding, we're doing our thing out here. I hope everybody is doing well on this Friday. Man, what a couple days in the market, man. Volatility, baby, but crypto is volatility. The markets are volatility. Everything is volatility. Investing is volatile. So, yo, it's all good. It's all good. It's nothing that we didn't talk about. It's nothing that we didn't expect. So we are definitely at it on Friday. Guys, I will be getting off at here right at 8 o'clock because I got a lot of stuff to do today. Got payroll to do today. Got a lot of stuff to do today. Plus, my daughter's graduating tomorrow from college, so I have to get ready to go take care of father duties and take care of my daddy duties and all that good stuff that goes with that. So, yeah, definitely TGIF to everybody and TGIF to all the DGs that are in here, all the DGs that are listening. I can see people are starting to flow in and start to listen. But yo, TGIF to everybody, and I hope everybody is up and at it and ready to go because we are out working everybody, baby. Congratulations, DG. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Junior. Yo, yeah. So daughter graduates from college tomorrow, so got a lot to take care of today. So, you know, like I said, we'll be right off of here at 8 today. So got a lot going on. Good morning, Selmo. Good morning to Junior. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. My girl, Ladybug, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Thank you, Ladybug. Yeah, the last one that graduates from college. That's it. That's it for me. She graduates, and you know, tomorrow, and all the babies will have been graduated from college or out doing their own thing. So, you know, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. So, Elmo, good morning, my brother. How are you? How are you? Elmo's in the building. Ladybug's in the building, y'all. Ladybug is in the building, doing her thing over there. You know, making that money. Ladybug be making that money. So. Saudis, yeah, yo, we're gonna get into some of the UAE stuff. I'm trying to get through you guys' chat right now. Catch up on everybody. Congrats, thanks Elmo. Hope everybody doing well. Throw Ladybug up there. Ladybug in the building. What's going on, girl? Saudi Prince, yeah, we're gonna get into some of that. A lot of stuff happening around crypto. Right now. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. Let's outwork everybody. Let's get into this money. Yo, Asian markets, they didn't close that well. They didn't do that well last night, but that's good. That's all. It's all good. No big deal. No big deal at all. So, because we got the European markets over here, and they are absolutely flowing right now. They woke up this morning. They started trading a little bit earlier than us, and they're putting some money in that market. Must be Ken. Ken's not on here yet, but he must be over there just dumping all of his crypto profits in the European market over there. We got our pre-markets over here looking absolutely great. You got the S&P, the Dow, and the NASDAQ. They're all up this morning in pre-market trading, looking good, looking like we're ready to go on this ride. So, that's good for small market caps, large market caps. That's good for everybody. In the stock futures rise, as S&P 500 tries to put in a positive day, right? And the stock market has been on an absolute rally. It has been on an absolute rally the past couple months. So if you're in it, you're in it. If you're not, you're not. But it's been on a rally. Hey, Junior, yes, hit that like button, hit that share button, guys. I do always forget to say that, but go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you're over there on X listening, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. That follow button, so Cheese, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my brother? How are you, my brother? So, the stock market is absolutely doing its thing. We got a lot of news to get into today. A lot of stuff going on in crypto. Most of it's good, some of it good, some of it not so good, but most of it's good. NVIDIA is doing its thing right now. 134. NVIDIA has been on an absolute rocket ship, y'all. Since this Middle East tour that the president and everybody else is on, NVIDIA has actually been on a rocket ship. New deal cut with UAE to go ahead and send a whole bunch of chips over there on a yearly basis. NVIDIA is absolutely killing it. And nothing AI happens without NVIDIA. The beginning, middle, and end. When you talk about AI, you have to talk about NVIDIA, or you might as well just not talk about AI. It's just, it's that simple. Don't make it more complicated than what it is. NVIDIA runs the market, the AI market, and anybody that's talking about AI that's not talking about NVIDIA, then they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. Coinbase stock took a massive hit yesterday. So we will capitalize off of this. Let's kind of see if we can look at this thing. See if this will bring us up to pre-markets. Because Coinbase got themselves in a little bit of crap, but it took a nasty hit yesterday. And it looks like after markets 248, looks like it's actually going to rebound today. It wants to rebound this morning. It closed yesterday at 244. So yeah, we'll see where Coinbase goes. But the reason why Coinbase took a hit, let's see if we can right here. Coinbase confirms that they're being investigated by the SEC for wallet addresses, fake wallet addresses. Putting wallet addresses out there that really just don't exist in generating fake wallet addresses. It's funny that that Coinbase was just listed on the S&P 500 a couple of days ago, and now all of a sudden, they're getting investigated by the SEC. But I think that this will go away. I think that this is just the lizard people, them bottom feeders trying to tank that price right there, so that they can get in a little bit cheaper and then bring that price back up. But yeah, Coinbase stock is absolutely got hammered yesterday. So, took advantage of that situation. Definitely took advantage of that situation. But it looks like it wants to come up again this morning, and we'll see. But yeah, they definitely were faking some addresses. But it's just crazy, crazy how these things work, right? You get listed on the S&P 500 2 days, a day later, you're under investigation, and the only thing that happens is your stock tanks a little bit, and the lizard people come in and they come and buy it up, and then the next thing you know, like, it's mooning again. Yeah, they went up and picked up all their money, man. Yeah, but Coinbase did have a hack too. and Coinbase had a hack. You know, they had some people on the inside that were selling your information. This is why you're getting a phone calls. This is why you're getting a text message talking about change your password, do this, do that. So Coinbase got some cleaning up to do. You know, Coinbase got some cleaning up to do right now. They definitely have to clean up a little bit of what's going on over there. We'll see where the SEC investigation goes. I don't think it'll go anywhere, to tell you the truth. I just think it's a way to dump the stock a little bit because it ran hot when it got listed on the S&P 500. It ran hot, and the lizard people, the bottom feeders, the bottom suckers, they needed a better price. So they needed some news to get them a better price. They created themselves some news, and now like we just seen in the aftermarkets, you know, you see that it's starting to come up again. So these lizard people, they're just down here sucking up all the liquidity. Yeah, fuck bottom feeders, man. That's what's going on in crypto right now too. The lizard people are sucking up the liquidity. That's what's happening. Is they're coming up and they're sucking up all this liquidity in the crypto market, and they're literally going through and wrecking all the longs. And they'll come down. They'll bring Bitcoin and all the rest of the crypto down a little bit. They'll suck up all them longs that are sitting down there where all that liquidity is. They'll take all that liquidity, and then they'll come up there. They'll make the price run, and then boom, they'll suck up all the shorts too. So it's just a liquidity grab right now, and it's all good, man. That's where we are. That's what we do. And the lizard people are the lizard people, and they're going to do what they're going to do. Let's go ahead. Let's get into some of this crypto market, though. Let's see where the heck we're at. Let's see what's going on over here. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is coming down. It was at 73. Now you see it at 69. Obviously had a little bit of a pullback yesterday and the day before, but nothing even to worry about, really. You got to expect this type of volatility in crypto. Like I said, the lizard people, they're coming down here. They're going to suck up them longs that have been sitting down there making money for a little while. They're going to go ahead and liquidate them guys. And that's exactly what's going on right now. They're liquidating the longs right now. There's a ton of liquidity sitting down there, and they're going to go down there. They're going to snatch that liquidity. And, you know, they're going to liquidate them guys, and then they're going to go ahead and allow the price to go up. And then they're going to liquidate all the shorts, you know, sitting up there at the top. They're going to liquidate all them. And then, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be. And that's just how the game is played. You got to know what game you're playing in order to win the game. And, you know, that's what game we're playing right now. So Bitcoin, the Fear and Greed Index sitting at 69. We have altcoin season sitting at 27. I told you guys on Wednesday, be careful. We're just tipping altcoin season right now. We're just tipping it. You can see the bar right here. We're just right there. Everybody's so hyped up out here, and they're telling you, oh my God, well, this is altcoin season. We're gonna run. We're going to the moon. And all is good, right? But no, we're just tipping altcoin season right now. So we're just at the beginning. You got to be careful, because any news, any negativity, anything like that will send you right back into Bitcoin season. So, you know, be careful with your money. I got an email from Coinbase about, I get emails and phone calls from these Coinbase scammers almost on the weekly. Like, change your password, do this, do that. Like, no, man, I ain't doing none of that. What the Fox? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? How are you, my brother? I hope you're doing well. But, that's the game we're playing, right? We're playing this liquidation game, right? With these lizard people right now. Then they're coming down here. They're sucking the liquidity up. And then they're letting the market run a little bit. And then they'll suck the shorts up. And then they'll let the market run a little bit. They'll let people get comfortable again. And then they'll go down there and start sucking the liquidity up again. That's big money at work, baby. That's big money at work. You got to respect it, if nothing else. Got the cryptocurrency market cap currently sitting at $3.34 trillion. I took a little bit of a slight pullback, but definitely over that 3 trillion is a good mark. Looking for that 3.5 trillion. You guys know I believe that 8 trillion is coming into this market, this bull run. I think 8 trillion is kind of where we're gonna be when it's all said and done. Some people tell me I estimated a little bit too low. Some people tell me I estimated a little bit too high. That just tells me that I'm probably, if I'm in the middle, I'm probably close. So about 8 trillion, I think, is going to come into this market. So, like I said, we're just getting started, and people will get scared right now and they'll run They had a little bit of a pullback, and they'll run out of the market. They'll run kicking and screaming. But hey, let them run. Let them run. What did the we had a positive ETFs. Man, Ethereum, it's in, it's out. It's in, it's out. It's definitely a struggle for Ethereum right now. But I do think Ethereum will hit that 8K mark, and we'll see where it goes from there. But I definitely think the top of Ethereum is 8K. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll do a 10K, but I doubt it. White Rock's even pumping. Yo, man, I don't trust that project. Someone White Rock, I don't trust that project. But we got the dominance, 61.9% in Bitcoin right now, starting to come down a little bit. And this is kind of what you want to see. You want to see this Bitcoin dominance fall a little bit. And it's kind of what's happening right now. Ethereum dominance going to 9.5%. Man, if Ethereum could get these ETFs pumping over there on a stock exchange, you might see Ethereum's dominance top 10%, which is going to be really good for Ethereum if it can get to that 10% mark, even in a market like this. But they're not going to get there without them ETFs pumping. Them ETFs got to start pumping, and they didn't have a great day yesterday. So hopefully they come back today with a lot better day. Right, so you got Bitcoin sitting up here 103,780. Ethereum sitting here 2,630. So Ethereum starting the morning out very, very well. BNB 656. Pull back a little bit. BNB really pulled back a little bit. I thought BNB was going to touch that 700. It did for a little while and really pulled back. But we're only testing pretty much the 200-day moving average is all we're doing, which we talked about this on Wednesday. You had to expect this market to pull back to the 200-day moving average. Moving averages are important when it comes to investing and it comes to traders. They always want to go back and test, and we'll look at that here in a minute. Solana at 170, 173. Solana starting to make a move to the upside again today, and XRP sitting at 243. No biggie there. No biggie. No biggie. What's going on with these chains? Solana is absolutely smoking it, man. 24-hour volume, $4.08 billion on Solana moved yesterday. Solana, that blockchain is killing it right now. BNB is sitting at 3.4 billion in 24-hour volume. Ethereum sitting at 2.3 billion right now. Solana's doubled up, damn near doubled up Ethereum in volume. And Base busted through that billion at 1.42 billion in 24-hour volume, which is a big move for Base. Anytime it can get over a billion, that's a big move for Base. So if you own anything on Base, that blockchain starting to come alive a little bit in the last 24 hours. This little token right here, Arbitrum, that I've been talking about forever and telling you guys I didn't think was going to sit back and watch everybody pass it by, did about $1 billion in trading volume yesterday, and SUI, 6.72 million. All that's looking good, and all of that is ticking to the upside. It all is looking good. So that means people are trading on chain. That means people are coming off the exchanges. They're starting to trade in the DeFi sector again, and that's good for crypto. That's good for crypto. So yeah, but Solana by far is the beginning, middle, and end. They are the winner. They are the winners of the 24 hours by not even a lot. So what's going on with XRP? Ripple meets with UAE officials at the Dubai FinTech Summit. This is big. This is big. If Ripple can get in with the UAE, listen, call it what you want. There's a lot of money over there. And Ripple is doing this thing over there in the in the Middle East, and now they're meeting with the UAE. And if they can strike a deal, and if they can strike a deal with the UAE to do some things over there, then Ripple is not done. The whole key here is, how does that affect XRP? Right? Ripple does a lot of things on the backside that doesn't really affect the XRP token. But so you gotta be cautious of what they're rolling out, because you gotta always ask yourself, how does that affect my XRP? Um, RJ says terrarium to the moon. Yo, I forgot all about Milton and them ruggers, man. What's up, RJ? Good morning, man. RJ always coming in here with the rug, man. He always wants me to talk crap about the rugs, man. Terrarium terrible, man. But JP Morgan, who everybody remembers JP Morgan and them guys flooding the hell out of crypto and doing everything that they're doing, and then all of a sudden they rolled out their blockchain, and everybody realized that they were buying Bitcoin behind the scenes, like we didn't know what was going on. Bitcoin likely, JP Morgan comes out and says Bitcoin is likely to outperform gold in the second half of 2025, guys. So you're starting to hear the lizard people start to talk about Bitcoin and how it's going to outperform the back half of 2025. And you know what? When the lizard people start to talk about how well a cryptocurrency is going to do on the back half of 2025 or 26, or when they start to talk about any type of crypto, that they've already loaded up their bags, they're ready to go, and they're gonna start wanting to make some money here in a little while. So really it's all about getting your bite of the pie, right? So if the big lizard people have loaded up their bags and they're talking about Bitcoin sending, I hope that everybody does their thing. They are down with XRP, Selma. The UAE is down, and they've got Ripple has transmitter licenses over there as well, so they can cross border payments already. So now it's a matter of striking them or getting the banks on board and all that stuff. And RJ said he's stuck. Yeah, I lost my connection for a minute. I told you guys it was storming pretty bad out here. It was storming pretty. It's storming pretty rough out here. So we'll hang on. We'll get back in there. But yo, RJ said he's stuck. RJ's stuck. Stuck. RJ, come on, dog. Come on, man. But yeah, we definitely JP Morgan, man. When JP Morgan comes out and starts to say crypto is going to perform well, just know that their bags are packed. But Abu Dhabi reveals 408 million investment in BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF. Here we go. Here's the thing that we talk about. We talk about it a lot, right? Bitcoin and these ETFs, right? This is why these ETFs are so important to a lot of these projects. You haven't really seen the Ethereum ETF take off like the Bitcoin ETF, right? But this is the amount of inflows you can get into an ETF when you have an ETF outside of just trading regular cryptocurrency, right? And people are like, oh, well, the ETF, they're not great for crypto. They are great for crypto because the ETFs have to be backed by the actual token, right? And so 408 million investment in BlackRock spot ETF means that BlackRock has to have $408 million worth of Bitcoin sitting in their reserve to back this investment, right? So why has BlackRock just been buying the hell out of Bitcoin? Because these guys keep investing these large amounts of money into this ETF, and BlackRock has to go out there and buy it off the open market. Well, I shouldn't say off the open market. They're buying it from behind the scenes, but the fact is that they're buying it, right? And this is why these ETFs are so important. This is why when the XRP ETF rolls out, you hope to see these types of investments go into XRP. You hope to see that these companies are burying large sums of money into the XRP ETF so that they have to go on there and buy the XRP token off of the off of the chart. So this is what you're hoping to see. Swift has to come online. People forget this, Selma. Swift has to come online for the ISO 2022 regulations in November. Swift has to be online in November. They have to be up and running, right? So who's going to benefit from Swift being online? There's two projects that'll benefit from Swift being online, and it'll be Chainlink and it'll be XRP. Them two will benefit the most in November when Swift has to make their transition. Them two projects right there will benefit the most. What we got going on in the crypto market? Looks green on the day. Definitely looks green. Everything looks like, we had a down day yesterday, so the rebound is good. But I'm telling you guys, we talk about a down day. It really wasn't a down day yesterday. It really was about all of these projects coming back and testing the 200-day moving average. We'll look at them. We'll look at them charts. But definitely, crypto is definitely on a nice day, nice green day, and a nice green hour, right? Which lets you know that today could be setting up looking pretty good. Look at, you got Pi's moving, Chainlink's moving, XRP's moving. All your meme coins are kind of moving a little bit. PulseX is moving, Hex is moving. All them projects are moving. Ethereum's starting to bust. Ethereum bust through the $2,600 mark again. Bitcoin's coming back up to try to test that 104,000. Definitely good. Quant has been killing it, man. We've been talking about Quant forever. Quant sitting at $95 right now. It wanted to touch 100 just a couple of days ago. So Quant's been doing its thing as we get closer and closer to this ISO rollout. Quant's actually been making a move. So we'll get over here. I want to, we got our total 3. This is everything minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. You see, here's your 200-day moving average right here. The only thing it did was come down. Everybody was flipping out about yesterday. The only thing it did was come down and touch this 200-day moving average and bounce back up. And now it wants to do it again today. That's all that's going on. When you know how to look at these things, and you take the time to really kind of study how to look at a chart and what to do, you kind of figure this stuff out, right? So you don't go crazy on price action. You just don't go crazy on price action because you know what's going on. Pepe did the same thing. You look at Pepe, had 2 red days. The only thing it did is come down here and touch this 200-day moving average. That's all it did. It didn't do anything special. It didn't pull back 20, 30, 40%. It just touched the 200-day. It just, traders are just coming in here and making sure that there's support there. And that's all that's happening, right? Right. And we can go down through these charts and we can look at them. Jasmine, where's Jasmine? Well, when you look at it, like, it hasn't even got up to the 200-day yet. It's coming back down here and touching it wants to touch the 100-day moving average. It's all it's doing. It's just touching it's just back testing its support. All these cryptos yesterday, that's all they did was go and back test their support. That's all they did. They ran up and now they're coming back down to test their support and they'll run up again. It's common in crypto. This is how trading works. But I watched people. I was laughing yesterday. I watched people go crazy. Like, they were like, "Oh my God, the market, it's crazy. It's pulling back and bull runs over and all this craziness that people are talking about." Right? You got to get through the noise, right? Same thing with Solana. There's your 200 moving day right there. It came up there, touched it. It's a little bit low today. It wants to touch it again. The whole key to this 200 moving day average, if it breaks above that, and starts to make a run, that's when you're going to start to set new levels, new high levels, right? That's where we're headed, right? Same with Ethereum. We talked about Ethereum on Wednesday. Ethereum can't get past the 200-day moving average. Every time it touches, it gets rejected. It gets rejected off the 200-day. Right? So you literally, if you were a trader, you could literally take a short every time it touched the 200-day and take a long every time it started to reverse. And you would have made good money. You would have made good money just by playing that average right there. It can't make it above the 200-day. It keeps getting rejected every single time it goes up there. Pi needs more exchanges. Pi does need more exchanges. Pi needs more exchanges, and Pi needs to get people KYC'd. There's a lot of people that have a problem KYCing. They need better KYCers. So here comes Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just riding above these moving averages, right? It's riding above these. So, people are getting crazy, but would it be a bad thing if Bitcoin came down here and tested its 200-day moving average, sitting at 98K right now? Could you imagine the crypto atmosphere if Bitcoin came down here and tested its 200-day moving average at 98,000? People, you would think that the sky was falling, when in reality, the only thing it did was come down here and test the average and move on. But you would think that the sky was falling. These guys would literally have you out here thinking that the sky's falling when it's just average. It just literally is what trading is, and it's what trading does. You look at a smaller cap like Aerodrome, right? You look at Aerodrome, you see the 200-day, it moved up, it came down, it's above the 200-day, it came down there, it hit the line and bounced right off the line today. So people are scared. Oh my God, it's falling. No, it's not. It's not falling. It's doing exactly what you would think it was going to, what you would expect it to do, right? Exactly what you would expect it to do. Chainlink doing the same thing. I was looking at these charts last night. You look at Chainlink, there's a 200-day, got rejected, fell down. Right? It fell down. And it fell back down. And now it's starting to come back up, and it'll test this again and see if it can break it. If it can't break it, it'll get rejected, and it'll sit here and trade sideways just like it is right now. And that's not the end of the world to build support up where you are right now. You got Sui, $3.91. What's it doing? It's just playing around on this Fibonacci level right here. It's all it's doing. It's not doing anything special. You know what I mean? It's sitting here and it's playing around on this one. What is that? That's the 1.8 level. Sitting there playing there. It touches it, bang, 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 got rejected. That's it. That's all that's going on. No big deal. Ondo, same thing. 200-day, rejected, fell down. 98 cents. Dollar. This moving average sitting at $1. Just, it can't stay up there, So SPX 6900, guys, moving the same as Pepe, up, same thing, moving that way. But the market actually looks really good today. So far, so good. Looks really good. Got a lot of positive news going on over here. A lot of positive news. You got Ripple meeting with the UAE, which is big news. You got JP Morgan now bullish on Bitcoin. You got Abu Dhabi. I probably butchered that this early in the morning. Investing $408 million in Bitcoin ETFs. The only negative news you have going on in crypto right now is really Coinbase. The fact that they were, they're getting investigated for faking wallets and their hack. That's the only really negative news you got going on right now. Everything else is positive. So sentiment is good. Sentiment is good. Sentiment is moving up. Where are we at with Bitcoin? 1037, definitely coming up this morning. It's definitely making a positive move this morning. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of these tokens break out above their 200-day moving average today and start to set new levels between today and tomorrow. You got XRP, like it needs to get to that 250 level, right? It needs some support at that 250 level, and it's kind of building its way back up there again, but it definitely needs that support there. Stellar needs that support at 30 cents. You got to see it at 30 cents. You got to see it traded sideways. A little bit of that CoinDesk consensus. We're flashing again. These storms are coming in. The storms are coming in. Yeah, but Selmo, I've been checking out a little bit of that consensus. I've been checking I've been doing a little bit of reading about ETH, about the ETH summit out in Toronto as well. And what happened out there. That was a big one. But look, 20 cents right now. HBAR is doing well. All of them really hanging in. To sit here and definitely on the move up. It's definitely on trending up, right? But look at Pi down to 89 cents. Remember, we were talking about this thing at like 125, 130 the other day. Pi had a nasty pullback. That pullback that Pi had was nasty, man. Like that was out of all of the cryptos, Pi probably had the biggest pullback I've seen. Pi sitting at 4013. Come on, man. We ain't mad about that. Where we were buying way back, zeros 2 5 zeros, 3 5 up in there. We ain't mad. That little bit of a pullback, it doesn't mean a lot, right? What else do we got going on? Let's go over here. Let's see how page 2 is performing. I like to watch page 2. These are your up and comers, right? Look at Toshi doing well. Up 1.3% on this hour. Let's go to the day. Let's see what these guys are doing on the day. You got some of these meme coins that have come out. Look at GigaChad up 11.3%. Mong 7.6%. Not doing bad. Kato up 8.6%. Hex, eHex up 7.6%, doing well. Not bad. Peanut, man, that damn squirrel, my damn peanut squirrel, man, down 5%. Ken, what the hell is going on with Peanut? He needs to go out there and find some more nuts, baby. Needs to go get some more nuts. About ETH5, I was looking at ETH5, Ladybug. I was looking at ETH5. I don't know. We'll pull this thing back. Let's look at it. Let's pull it back. Let's pull it back just for a year. $5.10 in the middle of a nasty bear market, right? Sitting at $1.46 right now. Can it get back up to $5.10 at ETH5? ETH5's had some nice runs, but like even when you look at it here, it's like $2.64 sitting here. It's just been on a steady downslide since then, but definitely worth. I've been looking at it. Definitely worth an investment, because if you can get back up just to $5.10, what's that market? That's a nice return on your investment. That's a nice return. So it's funny you bring that up, Ladybug. I was just looking at that the other day. Definitely a good return, as a potential for a good return. Key is the volume, right? Can they people over there to pump it back? That's the key, and that's the one thing I keep going back and forth about ETH 5 is, can they bring enough people over there to pump it up? Because ultimately, volume equals price, right? Volume equals price. Good or bad, right? You can have bad volume on your chart, everybody's selling off on it, equals price. On your chart, you're going to the moon, and you got somewhat good and somewhat bad. Usually you're trading sideways, right? But volume always equals price. And where's ETH5's volume at today? 24-hour volume, 589.8 million. So it's got better volume today than it had yesterday, obviously. But yeah, the volume seems to be pretty good today. But I would 147, 147. Where was I looking at this thing? Right there was 50 cents. Went up on a run. I would probably set my buy limit for ETH. I would set it at like 140, another one at like 120, and then another one at like 110, and then a bigger one at like 95 cents. And see if you can, if it drops, see if you can't get some more on its way down. And then if it runs, you make what you can make and get the hell out, right? But yeah, Toshi's doing well. Pulse is doing well, 6.2%. A lot of these projects over here on page 2 are doing well too. Definitely look like they're ready to rock and roll. White Rock. This Selma likes this project. Look at how volatile this thing is. You know why it's just volatile? Because their liquidity sucks. This is why White Rock's is volatile. I'm telling you, the one thing that scares me about Rock Project, their liquidity. Their liquidity is just terrible. It's just I don't know. Like something doesn't smell right over here with that liquidity level. It just doesn't. I could be wrong. This thing could go right to the moon, but when I look at liquidity, I go, oh, I don't know. That's why that chart's so volatile. Their liquidity so low. Like buys and a couple big buys will send that thing to the moon, but on the flip side of that, a couple big sells will send that thing to the basement. So, just I don't know. Something just doesn't smell right over there for me. So I'm not buying it because of that. I may miss, but we shall see. The track record for me, I don't miss that much, but I do miss some. But that liquidity, that ain't right. Brett's not doing bad right now either. Back up to 7 cents, 7.2. Not bad. Page 2 is not doing bad at all, actually. We'll drop this down again, something we don't usually do. We'll go right to page 3. Let's see who's really running over here. Let's really see who's really running over here. What are we looking at? I don't even know a lot of these cryptos. There's Swift token over there, 6.5%, not doing too bad. I do know about that one. Not doing too bad. A lot of these, like, I'm not in this whole big, huge degen world. There's Moodang. We looked at Moodang a lot. Moodang's minus 6.6%. But man, Moodang, did Moodang ever go on a ride the other day? Did it ever go on a ride? Whew, my God, Moodang went crazy. Coming over here to the watch list, see what we got going on. Everything looks good. Jasmy's down on the day. Quant's down on the day. Like we talked about, XRP's down on the day. XTC's down on the day. Pepe's down on the day. Everything else is looking good. Watch out for Polygon, the real world tokenized assets. Watch out for Polygon. I think Polygon's going to make a move. Polygon's setting up to make a move. And I think $2, I think Polygon's got a 10x in it from where it sits right now. Just getting back up to that $2 level. And I think it'll get there in the bull run. I think it'll be fine. ICP, yeah, I'm invested in ICP. But man, ICP's struggling right now. It's struggling like Ethereum. And we'll see where, but I still believe in ICP. What we got? Turbo's doing well, 4.2%. Turbo's doing well. Selmo, we thinking about getting back in Mung, up 7.7%. We thinking about getting back in there. Peanut absolutely is getting hammered right now, 4.5% down. But boy, would Peanut ever go on a nice run. Nice run for Peanut. TokenFi, another real world tokenized asset project over here. Guys at Floki, sitting at 2 cents, 2.1. Not doing too bad at all. We're looking at this project at like a cent, a cent, not doing too bad. But there's a lot of meat on that bone, a lot of room for TokenFi to run. TokenFi was up to like 5 cents, somewhere up in there at one point, touching 6, not too long ago. So there's a lot of meat on that bone to run. Popcat, you guys know I'm huge on Popcat. I think Popcat's going to be one of these tokens that kind of run like Pepe's going to run. Sitting at 48 cents right now. I think I just think that there's a lot of room for Popcat to go. There's a lot of room for it to move. When you look at it just over the year, got up to let's call it even $2, right? And it's sitting at 48 cents right now. And like I said, when you pull this thing back over a year, you're really still looking in the bear market, right? So it performed that well in a bear market, right? So looking for Popcat to make a good move, here pretty soon. And it's listed on all the tier 1 exchanges. So that's one of the reasons why I think Popcat's going to go, and it's going to do really well. WIF has made an absolute phenomenal comeback. WIF has made a phenomenal comeback. This thing was down in the dirt. This thing was down in the dirt, man. Came over $1, 105 right now. This thing was down 40 cents, just not even that long ago. So definitely, the comeback is real for WIF, and we'll see how far it can go. We'll see how far can it regain these levels that it had, in that big $4 range. Can it regain them type of levels? I don't know. We'll see. Bonk's gonna suck up some of that liquidity on Solana. Trump's gonna suck up some of that liquidity on Solana. So we'll see if it can go. Pull up Volt. Oh boy, it's been a while since we looked at Volt. Been a little while since we looked at Volt. I just hope that I don't lose. Oh wow, why isn't this coming up? Tell you guys, we may or may not be able to pull this. They chilling, Volt's chilling. For some reason, it's not letting me pulling anything up. It's got to be these storms that are messing with my internet. Let's see. Somo, what are you getting out there, man? Are you getting nasty storms? Volt Inu, where we at? Where are we gonna pull this up at? We're gonna pull this up on what time frame? We're on a daily right now. So had a good run a couple days ago. Had a good run. 602622. Good run a couple days ago. 2 days of a sell-off. 2 days of a sell-off, but they're right there. I mean, they're just hanging out right here in this area right here where they're at. Between here and here. Just kind of trading sideways. Where's their value? Where's Volt's volume at? 26.3K. Not too bad. Not too bad. Volume's not too bad. Yeah, we got 6 zeros on the chart, Ladybug. Scottish, good morning, my brother. Good morning, man. Good morning. Scottish over there banging out his trades. What's up, Scottish? What are we trading today, Scottish? Good volted morning. Yeah, we're looking at Volt. So yeah, I mean, not too bad. I mean, you guys, Ladybug, Volt's doing his thing, but Volt's got this bull run, right? They got this bull run, right? Like Volt launched tail end of the last bull run, right? They launched the tail end. They didn't even get the full bull run last time, right? They didn't get the full bull run. You know, they got this bull run to start melting some of these zeros, right? You know, like been around for a long time. Had the tail end of the last bull run. Now this one coming in, you know, they're gonna have the full effect of this run, right? Gotta start making up a lot of ground and melting zeros. You know, so but the community's strong. Still 10.07K holders. Not bad. I mean, that's just on ETH. You got Polygon, you have, you know, other chains, BSC, Polygon, people like that. But definitely this bull run's crucial for Volt. It's a crucial bull run for Volt. Pepe and Ando, I'm with you, brother. Ando is so undervalued right now. Ando is suppressed by the right now. It's being suppressed. And Ando's got a 10x in it from here, is my opinion. You know, you're sitting, I'm talking about a 10x from $1, right? You get to $10. And Ando, when it releases its chain, when it releases its blockchain, you know, everybody's like, oh, Ando's trading on ETH right now, but you have to know what's coming. And when they release the Ando chain, it's going to be half public, half private. And they start really moving them real world tokenized assets. You're going to see some stuff out of Ando. You're going to understand that it's been suppressed. The same as, you know, XRP and Chainlink were suppressed for so long by the lizard people that now you're starting to see some of that suppression come off of them tokens, and you're starting to see them run. You're going to nowhere. The community not going nowhere, Ladybug or Volt, but it's crucial. It's crucial time, right? This bull run's crucial. You know, this is it's a big bull run for Volt. Big bull run. Like it's the same as Pepe. It's a big bull run for Pepe. It's a big bull run for Popcat. Bull run for the projects that haven't been through a full bull cycle yet, right? Huge run for them, because this is going to show you what you can do in a full bull run. Ando's the same way. You know, we just talked about Ando. This is Ando's first bull run. Like these first timers, even Sway, Sway, Sui, you know, it's crucial for these guys to show what they can do during this bull run, because we talked about this before. Like you look at the top 10 tokens, these will not be the same top 10 tokens that we're sitting here talking about after the first bull run. I mean, after the bull run's over. Some of these guys will be replaced. It's just a matter of who, right? Who's not going to make it? I'd say top 20, right? Who's not going to make it? Who's going to fall down? Who's going to fall up? Who's going to fall down? It happens every single bull cycle. Not everybody makes it. Not everybody is sitting up there at the top. Um, and in crypto, we're in such of a critical time, right? Because before, crypto was all speculation, and we talk about this a lot on the channel, and I'll leave you, this is kind of what we'll leave with today. But before, crypto was all speculation. People were talking about, if this happens, this project can do this. If this happens, this project can do that, right? Building a company, you're out of that right now, right? And once these ISOs roll out, asset adoption, starting to get banks that have to online, all of this other stuff that happens. Now we're moving into the second crypto where it's put up or shut up, right? Really, that's where we're at. It's put up or shut up, right? So everybody says, I'll use XRP for an example. Everybody says that XRP can do 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Well, when this ISO really rolls out and starts running, can it do it? Well, we're going to find out. I think it can, but we're going to find out, right? And it's put up or shut up, right? No more excuses, right? HBAR, there's, same way. I'm a big HBAR fan, but can it do what it says it's going to do? Have to show it. You can't come back after ISO rolls out. The same with Chainlink, right? It's supposed to be feeding the information on all these blockchains, right? And it's a real big, real sitting here to, well, to do this, that's promising to do that. And we've already rolled that stuff out. If you can't perform, Algorand or any of the other ISO tokens or any of these other blockchains that are promising, all of this major retail investment in world tokenized assets and ISOs and all this stuff, you can't come back a year and a half from now after the bull run's over and say, oh yeah, but we're working on this or we're working on that. Nobody wants to hear that anymore. We're to the performance stage now. We either have to perform or you have to get out of the way and let these other projects perform. Speculation time is over. Ethereum is in this cycle right now, right? Where everybody has been building on top of Ethereum, and everybody has really put Ethereum on this pedestal of Ethereum's one of these biggest projects that are going to bring retail investors in and all this stuff, and it's because of the layer 2s and all that. Well, it's put up or shut up time for Ethereum, really. And this is what's really making Ethereum's price struggle, is because they haven't rolled out the upgrades that they needed to make this adoption happen, right? XRP, there's nothing else in XRP's way. The case is, let's call it over, right? Let's call it over. The case is over, right? So you either have to perform or not. And if you're not going to perform, somebody else going to take your spot. Solana, the same thing. Solana is this big, huge, meme coin blockchain, right? Solana's either going to hold up under the pressure of this bull run, and it's putting 4 billion through its blockchain on 24-hour daily volume right now. Can it put 10 million through on a 24-hour without breaking? Well, we're going to find out. And if it does break, then guess what? It's probably going to fall down these charts, right? Chainlink, we talked about it. Cardano, here you go, Cardano. ADA, I'm a big ADA fan, but at the end of the day, Charles Hoskinson is promising a lot, right? And if he can't deliver in this bull run, you're going to see Cardano drop down this chart. Like we're literally at that stage of crypto where there's no more hype. There's no more see you in 2 years. There's no more any of that. We're at this process, which I absolutely love, where you're either going to do it or you're not. And if you can't do it, then sayonara, so long. It's been great seeing you. And if you can, we'll ride you up to the moon. But, the days of this whole wait and see and hold on and hodl and all that, them days are gone. Them days are gone. They're gone in crypto. And people's attention span in crypto is about a week. So if you can't capture people's attention in about a week in crypto, you're as good as dead. You're as good as dead. And it's just kind of how it is in crypto right now. But I do think that you're going to see some blockchains roll up through here that a lot of people aren't talking about. They're going to outperform the blockchains that are here. You know, I do believe that XRP will be the number 2 token on the board, right? XRP will pass Ethereum this bull run. It'll be the number 2 token on the board, just because I think that they'll perform well, right? I think Sui right here, and they're gonna move up this chain right here, and who falls down, I don't know, but Sui's coming up. You know, we'll see, but literally, even HBAR, I think is gonna, you know, you're gonna 10x from here at 20 cents. You're gonna go back to $2. It's gonna come up, and it's just my belief, right? Somebody else may say, no, I think that another blockchain is going to come up, and or Aptos is going to come up there. And you know what? I can buy that argument too. But by the end of 2026, what you're going to find out is that what some of these blockchains have been telling you is true of what they can do, and what some of these blockchains have been telling you is absolutely false, and they'll fall flat on their face. And it is what it is, and you have to be in it for the you got it for the good, and in it for so that some of these blockchains are going to fall flat on their face. They just are, and that's business. Truest words I heard in a while. You know me, Cat. I just keep it 100. I ain't, you know, I'm not a guy, and I'm not, you know, I'm not any of these blockchains. I'm not loyal to any of these projects. Like, if you tell me you're gonna do something and you don't do it, then yo, I'm out. Or you know, and it ain't moving, and I don't see the dev here working to make it move. Yo, I'm out. You know what I mean? You know, this is my money. This is my money, and I want it now. You know what I mean? I want it now. But all right, guys, we're gonna get up out of here. Some stuff, and gotta go take care of some graduation stuff. Gotta pull a little double duty today, little graduation, little work, a little crypto trading at the same time. You know what I mean? Gotta make that money. Ladybug, is absolutely great having you in the building. This morning, and you are always the queen of the stream when you're in here. So it's been great having you in the building this morning. Big Watch Dude is in the house. Big Watch Dude is always in the house, whether he's in the background or in the front round. He's always in the house. Big Watch, we brought a vote today, baby. We looked at vote, man. But yeah, so you guys have a great weekend. Have a phenomenal Friday. And go make some money. Go trade. Go make some money. And always make sure that you're always make sure that you're taking care of your pocket. You know what I mean? When it's time to exit, it's time to exit. Make sure you're taking care of your pocket. Make sure you're making the money that you want to make. Don't go out here and listen to all this hype about, you know, hodl or anything like that, or anybody making you feel bad about, you know, taking your profits and things like that. Make sure you're taking your profits, especially in markets like this, where we're traded off of tweets, and we're trading off of tweets and Truth Social posts rather than actual fundamental. Make sure you're making your money. And remember, you never have money until it's in your bank. You never have the money until it's in your bank account. So put it in your bank account, baby. Let's go. That's you can spend here. You guys have a great weekend, and I will catch you guys on Monday. We out. Bye.